So I want to share with you the Butterfly Brilliance, and I want to do some embossing with it, but let me just go over this first. I was all organised until my video didn't go on, so I had to sort of start all over again. So let me just show you this gorgeous paper. Now, it's not in the new catalogue, it's not in the mini catalogue, it is going to be in the new catalogue. 5-hour difference, 7:30 p.m. in the evening. So yes, 7:30 p.m. dark. We're just coming into autumn, so it is getting dark again, and we'll have daylight saving soon, so it'll get a bit lighter again. This is the designer series paper for this suite, and it has the stunning butterflies. The colours in here are just gorgeous. If you like butterflies, it is stunning. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Just gorgeous. And of course, on the reverse side, you have more of the patterned papers. So today, as I say, is the 17th here in New Zealand, and St. Paddy's Day. And also, the 17th is free postage day for Stampin' Up. So that is fantastic. Certainly something, if you've got an order to put in and it qualifies for the right amount, you need to make sure you get that in, because that is quite a great savings. Now, I did want to show you this before I put this away. The dies, there are quite a few dies. There's 2 sets. So you have the individual, oops, I've got a few of these bricks in here. A few of these individual butterflies as part of this. So goes with the stamps, I'll show you in a moment. But you also have this one big die, which fits the designer series paper perfectly. So you can cut this out in one hit with all of these butterflies, all of these beautiful butterflies. So really, really fantastic way to make use your designer series paper. But if you stamp your butterflies, you have got the amazing stamp set, and this is one stamp, one big stamp. Of course, if you're one of those people who like to cut it up, you can cut it up, but if you ink this and stamp it, then this also cuts out. Of course, it will be flipped over, cuts this out in one hit as well. So a fantastic way to save you time by just inking up and colouring everything all at once. So certainly a fantastic new way to die cut and stamp. But wait, there's more, as they say. They have also, Stampin' Up has also, not they, given us this beautiful specialty paper. Now this is 12 by 12. Whoops, I've just lost the card there. This is the beautiful 12 by 12, and it looks like wood, beautiful wood grain. And I don't know if you can tell that it's actually got grain in it, like wood grain. So absolutely fantastic. It's a lot. You've been playing with it too. Isn't it gorgeous, Shani? It's just so nice. I was going to be so strong, and I wasn't going to order it, but I've seen so many absolutely beautiful things made with this suite that I could not resist. I mean, the designer series paper is not carrying over to the annual catalogue, but the rest of the bundle, the stamp set, etc., is being carried over. Just picking up that card off the floor. Okay, so what I want to show you is part of the dies. We'll show you more of the other dies. You do have these extra dies here as well. This will give you pattern on your paper. This will cut little holes out, and I've seen some lovely cards made with designer series paper underneath, and these holes have been cut out of the cardstock on top, and this also cuts out the bricks. We're going to be using this, and I'm going to use this as a stencil. and you have got some little individual butterflies as well. So there's so much in this. We're not using the stamp set today. Right, what I want to show you is I'm going to be using my embossing paste, which I have neglected. I hope, yes, you could be right actually. There could be different designer series paper. That would be good. This is so beautiful. I'm going to have to try and use it up pretty quickly actually. I'm sure I will. Let's have a look. So I have got the shimmery embossing paste here. And I don't know if you saw that, I've got some cling wrap here that I put over the top as well, under the lid, and then I keep it in the plastic bag just to help stop the paste drying out. So I have cut the brick die, and I've cut it quite close to the edge because I'm wanting to move this down. So let's have a look. I am do it around that way this time. I'm going to use this as my stencil. Now when you pick your paste out, you don't need much. You pick it out on the back half because you're going to be spreading. And I always liken it to icing a cake actually. You're just spreading it over evenly, and I'm trying not to get over that top edge. And it really does spread well. Now this is a little bit finer than the other paste, this shimmery paste, and it does take just a little bit longer to dry. So that's why I cut the top part quite thin. I want to be able to put that right up to the edge there. Now this is just something you can do. You can colour this as well, this paste. You can add a little bit of, you can put the paste on a block or something like that, and you can add a little bit of ink. If you put the ink next to you on the block and just add a little bit of time until you get the colour that you want. I'm just leaving it white today. And I'm just going to be using this until I'm happy with my brick wall. Whoops. So it has many uses. The other embossing paste that we have at the moment is the white embossing paste, and that is a little bit thicker than this one. And it does dry quite quickly. I just love it. This really does add some beautiful texture and 3D element to your project. So I will just do that last one, and I will take up any excess, pop it back, and cleaning your bits and pieces actually straight away. This is fine, I'm just going to throw that away, but cleaning and putting it away straight away is actually really recommended because let's go straight that way. It does dry out. It is something you need to, if you're going to be using it for any length of time, you need to take some out and put it on a block, and then add to that. If you're going to leave the lid off for too long, it does dry out quite quickly. So, excuse me, I have prepared one earlier, as they say, and this one has dried out a little bit, which is fantastic. And I am going to mount that onto, so I'm going to make a square card today, 4.5 by 9 inches. See, even the reverse, you want to use both sides really, don't you? But as I say, I've seen some absolutely gorgeous cards made with this. It really does lend itself to so many different styles of card. There's one I saw actually that had the butterfly flying up with sort of ink running down from it. I thought was just gorgeous. Okay. Just hold it down a little bit because it was wet, the designer series paper with the embossing paste, it does curl a little bit, so just need to hold that down. just going to add a bit of my Stampin' seal. Hi Trish, welcome. I'm surprised if anyone from New Zealand turns up today, because everyone will be watching all the highlights from the game, I think. From the yachting race. It's had everyone in New Zealand at a standstill. Now, this is actually terracotta tile from the Garden Suite. I can tell you actually, I had that out. Where did I put it? But it is very close actually to Calypso Coral, I thought. This is from the Ornate Garden Ribbon Combo Pack. And I thought that was a very, very close match. So let's pop. So I'm actually going to use my base. As I say, this is 4.5 by 9 inches. Quite like square cards for a change. So I have already put the white inside, and I've used, so what I did was I used the die to cut out the butterflies on the designer series paper, which I have here. And we're going to be using one of these on the card. I always find this very difficult to do, I must admit, when I can't put my head over the top to make sure that I'm straight. Yeah, that's better. So I've got the bit of texture there, and it's lovely and shimmery. And I'm going to just use my bone folder to give these wings a bit of a bend. I think it's always quite nice. You can do them either way. I think I might do them, yeah, and then I'll push the middle down. So you can do them up or down. I might just do them down today. And I get a couple of dimensionals. Probably just use some small ones, I think. So if you don't like colouring, which I actually love colouring, but if you want to make a quick card, the beautiful designer series paper, as I say, has these butterflies all ready to cut out with the die. Okay, let's pop that. Don't want to cover up too much of the... I'll put that on lightly because I need to pop on the sentiment. Now I'm going to use the sentiment from this set, You Are Amazing. Has some wonderful sentiments in here. Thanks, happy birthday, you are amazing, congrats, stars, and hip hip hooray, 3 cheers for you. I think these are just fantastic to have these great big sentiments for cards when you really want to make a statement. We're going to be using You Are Amazing, and I just wanted to show you a little something that you can do. And I didn't bring my embossing buddy. Normally I'd use my embossing buddy here first, but this paper is actually quite, it's a bit like a glossy paper, so things don't like ordinary Memento ink would take a little while to dry, and you could use stays on. But I just wanted to show you one other way that you can do it without rubbing the, smudging the ink, because this is what happened when I first did it. I did it and then realized that it wasn't going to stay on there. So we are going to stamp it just with ordinary Memento, and then we are going to cover it in some clear embossing powder. Now you could stamp in any coloured ink you wanted. I've just done black because I've got black matte on there and it coordinates really well. And if you cover it with the clear embossing powder pretty smartly, the ink is still wet. Mind you, it stays wet on this surface anyway because of the shimmery surface. So, sorry for the blasting for a minute. Now you just just use your heat gun to give this a bit of a blast. I just love the way it turns out and is lovely and shiny. Sorry, this won't take long. So it's a fantastic way to make your sentiment really bold and shiny just by adding that clear embossing. So I've done that, and then I have used these dies to cut that out. This is the one, I use these quite a bit. I stitch so sweetly, so many options in here, and I've used this size just to cut that out to pop on here. So let's pop that on. I'm just going to use my mini black ones. I don't want it to go down the middle where the ribbon will be. Okay. So the reverse side of that paper, as you can see, is just a plain it's sort of like yellow backing. But you probably wouldn't use that side with the other side being so gorgeous, but I'm sure there's something that would be perfect for. But I just love it how it has that 3D feel, and that's what made me think of using the embossing paste as well. Okay, I'll pop that down there. I'm going to tie a bow. So as I say, this terracotta tile actually just really does look very much like Calypso Coral. So, around that way I think. There we go. And I will use a glue dot for that. There. And we will trim that down with the right scissors. And pop the butterfly on. There we go. And one last thing, of course, no card is complete. Now these are the gorgeous sequin dies from Artistry Blooms. The colours in here are just beautiful. Clear and Daffodil Delight, Magenta Madness, I think that is soft, I might tell a lie with that, I'm not quite sure, but this is Calypso Coral, and I think the colours on here and the sheen on these are just gorgeous. Lovely card. Thank you. Okay, so let's pop this on here. I should be using my Come Pick Me tool, but there we go. And I might put another big one there. Now I did have a box I wanted to show you, but where's it gone? So that is the card. So a little bit of embossing, shimmery embossing paste there, the butterfly from the designer series paper, and we've basically used everything bar the stamp for this card. And I am really, well, actually that needs to go up a little high. You can't even read the sentiment. Hopefully I can get that off. Should have checked that. There we go. And I've got a little box here somewhere that I was gifted. And let me just see if I can quickly find that and show you that. And that is something, no, I can't see it now. It's gone. Sorry about that. I did want to show you another box made with that. But thank you so much. I hope you do and really enjoy this suite. It is really beautiful. And as I say, the paper is absolutely stunning. And the versatility of the stamp set and the dies is incredible. So certainly worth looking at. And if you want this paper, you really need to get that before the new annual catalogue comes in. So take care, enjoy, and please give this a go. I would love to see. I haven't used my embossing. Yeah, no, I know I haven't used mine either. And then I suddenly thought, gosh, I hope it continues over to the annual catalogue. And I thought I better get some use out of it before maybe it's no longer with us. So I grabbed it and really enjoyed using it. So I'll probably use it a bit more in the near future. So take care. Happy St. Pat's Day. And enjoy your green beer or your Guinness or if anything like that you are celebrating. And we will see you again next week. And hopefully I will have all my technology back on cue. And yes, technology is always such a bane, isn't it? You think you've got it down pat and then it throws you a wild one. But take care and enjoy. Happy crafting. See you next week.